Nelson Mandela's incredible journey from prisoner to president offers timeless life lessons for all of us. In this video, we're diving into 5 powerful life lessons we can learn from the man who changed the world with his courage, compassion, and unwavering commitment to justice. Whether you're seeking inspiration or guidance, these lessons will resonate with you today. As Mandela became more politically active in the 1940s and 50s, he found himself confronting the harsh realities of apartheid head-on. Building on his earlier experiences as a young activist, Mandela took on increasingly prominent roles in the anti-apartheid movement. In 1952, he was chosen as National Volunteer-in-Chief of the Defiance Campaign, a joint program of civil disobedience against unjust laws conducted by the ANC and the South African Indian Congress. This campaign marked a shift to more active resistance against apartheid policies. Though Mandela and others were charged under the Suppression of Communism Act, their suspended sentences only strengthened their resolve. Mandela's law practice with Oliver Tambo, opened in 1952, became a beacon of hope for many black South Africans facing discrimination under apartheid laws. Their work brought them into daily contact with the injustices of the system and fueled Mandela's determination to bring about change. The 1955 Congress of the People saw Mandela play a key role in adopting the Freedom Charter, a visionary document calling for a non-racial South Africa. However, the government's violent response to peaceful protest at Sharpeville in 1960 marked a turning point. The ANC was banned, and Mandela began to question whether non-violent methods alone could overthrow apartheid. This period of confrontation culminated in Mandela going underground in 1961 to lead the newly formed armed wing of the ANC, Umkhonto we Sizwe, Spear of the Nation. His ability to evade capture earned him the nickname the Black Pimpernel. However, this path of armed resistance would soon lead Mandela to face his greatest challenge yet: 27 long years of imprisonment. Nelson Mandela's imprisonment was a pivotal chapter in his lifelong struggle against apartheid. After his arrest in 1962, Mandela was sentenced to life in prison in 1964 at the conclusion of the Rivonia trial. He would spend the next 27 years behind bars, mostly on Robben Island. Despite the harsh conditions, Mandela remained resolute in his convictions. He used his time in prison to further educate himself and his fellow inmates, organizing what became known as Robben Island University. Mandela studied law through a correspondence course and became a mentor to younger political prisoners. The authorities tried to break Mandela's spirit through hard labor, censorship, and isolation. For years, he was only allowed 1 visitor and 1 letter every 6 months. But Mandela's quiet dignity and refusal to compromise his principles gradually won the respect of the prison guards. As the years passed, Mandela became a potent symbol of resistance for the anti-apartheid movement. His imprisonment galvanized international opposition to the apartheid regime. Calls to free Nelson Mandela echoed around the world. In 1982, Mandela was transferred to Pollsmoor Prison on the mainland. This move allowed him more contact with the outside world. As the apartheid system began to crumble in the 1980s, the government initiated secret talks with the imprisoned Mandela about a potential negotiated settlement. Despite opportunities for early release if he renounced violence, Mandela refused to compromise his principles. His steadfast commitment to justice and equality only grew stronger during his years of confinement. When he finally walked free in 1990, Mandela emerged not bitter or seeking revenge, but with a vision of racial reconciliation that would transform South Africa. From prisoner to president, Nelson Mandela's path to power was long and arduous. After his release in 1990, Mandela faced the monumental task of negotiating the end of apartheid and transitioning South Africa to democracy. He worked tirelessly to build trust across racial lines, often reaching out to former enemies. Mandela's willingness to forgive and focus on reconciliation rather than revenge was crucial in preventing widespread violence. His moral authority and commitment to peace earned him respect from all sides. In 1991, Mandela was elected president of the ANC. He led the party in negotiations with the government, culminating in the historic 1994 elections. Against all odds, the elections were largely peaceful. On May 10, 1994, Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as South Africa's first democratically elected president. As president, Mandela focused on nation-building and fostering racial harmony. He supported the creation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission to address past human rights abuses. Mandela also worked to improve living conditions for Black South Africans through his Reconstruction and Development Program. True to his word, Mandela stepped down after one term in 1999. His peaceful transfer of power set an important precedent for African democracy. Even in retirement, Mandela remained a moral beacon and elder statesman, continuing to work for peace and social justice around the world. Mandela's rise from prisoner to president is a testament to his extraordinary leadership, vision, and character. His ability to unite a deeply divided nation and lay the foundations for a democratic South Africa cemented his place as one of history's great statesmen. Nelson Mandela's enduring legacy of reconciliation and nation-building continues to shape South Africa and inspire people around the world. He championed education, healthcare, and economic opportunities for the historically disadvantaged. At the same time, he made symbolic gestures of reconciliation, like supporting the predominantly white national rugby team. Even after retiring from politics in 1999, Mandela remained a moral beacon and global statesman. He continued to advocate for peace, human rights, and social justice around the world. The Nelson Mandela Foundation carries on his work today, promoting the values of democracy, freedom, and equality that he fought for throughout his life. Mandela's vision of a united, multiracial democracy in South Africa remains a work in progress. But his example of courage, integrity, and reconciliation in the face of oppression continues to inspire people struggling for freedom and justice across the globe. As we reflect on Mandela's extraordinary life and achievements, his call to action still resonates. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela's life is rich with lessons that resonate across the world. Here are 5 key lessons we can learn from his life. 1. The power of forgiveness. Despite spending 27 years in prison under harsh conditions, Mandela emerged without bitterness. Instead, he chose to forgive his oppressors, showing that forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing and reconciliation. This teaches us that holding on to grudges can be destructive, but forgiveness can pave the way for peace and unity. 2. Perseverance and resilience. Mandela faced numerous hardships, including imprisonment, personal loss, and the constant struggle against an oppressive regime. His resilience in the face of adversity teaches us the importance of perseverance. No matter how tough the circumstances, enduring with courage can lead to eventual success. 3. The importance of standing up for justice. Mandela's life was dedicated to fighting against racial inequality and injustice. He risked everything, including his freedom, to stand up for what he believed was right. This highlights the importance of standing up for justice, even when the odds are stacked against us. 4. Leadership through service. Mandela exemplified servant leadership, prioritizing the needs of his people above his own. He stepped down after one term as president, setting an example of humility and integrity. This teaches us that true leadership is about serving others, not seeking personal gain. 5. Unity and reconciliation over division. Mandela was instrumental in uniting South Africa after years of apartheid, promoting reconciliation between races. He believed in the power of bringing people together rather than dividing them. This lesson emphasizes the value of unity and the impact of working collaboratively to build a better society. These lessons from Mandela's life remind us of the profound impact one person can have through forgiveness, perseverance, justice, service, and unity. How do these lessons resonate with you? Let us know in the comments section how you feel these lessons can be applied to your life.